Hi, everybody. Happy Thursday, I think. Today I wanted to show you some blood work that I had done recently and talk about the differences between the way I would analyze it versus your doctor and, how that is helpful, when I work with my clients. Sorry, I'm getting adjusted here. So analyzing blood work is something that I added to my repertoire at the end of last year because of someone that I felt like needed that help. So I took an advanced class in analyzing blood chemistry so that I would have the skill set and the tools and the resources to be able to do that and to help them. And it really did actually give us quite a bit of information. So for example, what I was seeing the blood work as saying was that he had some B12 deficient anemia. And his doctor really had looked at it and not really seen anything worth supporting. But we were able to analyze it and really see what was going on. If I remember correctly, we also saw that a lot of the markers pointed to H. pylori. So your blood work can actually correlate quite well with a lot of the other tests that I run. It can either back them up, or it can, like if you had blood work from your physician before we get together, we can start with that. And it can sort of reiterate reasons we may want to run certain labs. So there are quite a few blood markers that can indicate that you have low stomach acid, that you have H. pylori, things like that, and even parasites. So it is a nice one to kind of see and understand and utilize. And like I said, I'll do that for my clients if they have it through their physician. We can run it on our own. I typically don't unless they have it from their doctor. So that's what I do. And of course, I run it for myself. When I go to the doctor, I request certain things. So recently, I requested some blood work. So we did a CRP, a CMP, vitamin D, CRP. Did I just say that? C-reactive protein is what that is, and interleukin-6. So I'm going to flip this over here if I can, and I'm going to show you my recent blood work. So no HIPAA laws being broken here. I am the client. This is my work. This is my blood test. So CMP and CBC, that's what I ran. So you'll see here, over here it says functional range. So functional ranges are a little bit different than like the ranges that you'll see in your doctor's office. That's because with the functional ranges, we're really looking for optimal health. And so the ranges are smaller. And in conventional medicine, they're looking for, disease states. And so the ranges are a little bit larger. And so this is what's really going to give you like that feeling of optimal health. So that's really what we're looking at here. So here you'll see that it says my glucose is high, but in reality, it's not really high because this was technically not fasted. So actually, that's a really good number. So you kind of got to know that stuff too. Even if I had woken up with that, that's not terrible, to be honest with you. It says it's a little high. It's a couple points high there. But this was after a couple hours after eating. So it's really not that bad at all. It's actually pretty good. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. You'll see 24, 25, not a big deal. This is the only one that really kind of caught my eye here for myself. You'll see the functional range, the lowest number is 70, and I was at 53. So this just really indicates that I might need some zinc supplementation. This was alk phosphatase. So I might need some zinc supplementation to kind of support this, but pretty much everything is normal and healthy, looking good. Awesome, awesome numbers. This is where we check like the white blood cells, red blood cells, etc. Good, all in great ranges. Again, you'll see this says low, but it's like 13.1 versus 13.5. Not a big deal, not something to stress out about. And same. It's just not a big, they're not like massively out of range. Pretty much my blood work came back amazing, which is really exciting. And then I have issues with vitamin D. I've done a genetic test. I've monitored my blood work, and it's difficult for me to maintain good vitamin D levels. And so I like to check it when I get my blood work to make sure that the supplementation level that I am at is helping me maintain a good number, a good range. So I was really excited to see that my vitamin D came back at 67. You'll see the functional range here, 60 to 80. And even the other day when I was talking with my doctor, she wanted to see it between 50 and 60. And I believe back in January, it was in the 30s. So I had been supplementing with 5,000 IU and I upped it to 10,000 IU. And that seems to be just a more supportive amount for my body. That gets me into the range that is more protective and immune supportive, etc. So really, really happy about that number. Could be even a little bit higher, but I'm pretty happy with that. So that was exciting. The two add-ons that I requested were CRP, which C-reactive protein and interleukin 6. You can see down here, I just typed it in because it's not in my little chart. And we want the CRP to be below 1. It was 0.7, so that's great. These are both inflammatory markers that are associated with diseases, specifically with cancer, but I'm sure with several other diseases as well. But these are two that I have checked several times after cancer treatment, because if they start going up, it's going to indicate a problem. And so these have maintained really low. 0.7 is really good. And 0.7. Actually, I think that might have been lower. I think that was, no, that one just said, I don't know why I typed in 0.7. The range that came back actually just said it was less than 1. So that's actually in a great range. Less than 1 is good. And then this one is 0.7, the interleukin 6. So that was just a typo. So that was 0.7. So that was really low as well. So what that's telling me is that my body's doing great. My blood counts are excellent. All my markers are good. I might need to supplement with a little bit of zinc there. My vitamin D is great. And my inflammatory markers are all down. So that is like really good news coming into my 1 year post-treatment. I'm going to get my CT scan at the end of July, I believe, for my 1 year check. And so having numbers like this to kind of back up the health of my body gives me a little bit of peace of mind. So again, this is something that I do with my clients in addition to the lab test that we run to see like how we can support your body in a big picture way. And for someone like me who's been through cancer treatment, it's a really, really great, easy way to monitor certain levels and see where your body's at, particularly if you're adding those inflammatory markers on there. And so again, that'll kind of give me peace of mind moving forward. So yeah, I was really excited about it. And I just wanted to share how informative blood work can be. And what's great about doing the functional ranges, because they are smaller, you can begin to see patterns and deviations more quickly. And so that way you can stop it then from progressing into a disease state if you take action and you're really up on it. So those are my 2 cents for the day. Hope you're loving your gut. Hope you're staying healthy, and I'll talk to you soon.